So in a prior video, I actually demoed this real estate assistant here. That's basically an AI agent set up here in N8N that has the ability to pull property valuation data, rental data, generate property details, can analyze the deal, and can skip trace as well. So in this video, I actually turned that workflow into basically a micro SaaS for myself. And as you come here, as you see, I'm using the tool bolt.new to get it done. So before I actually go more into how this works, let's go ahead and look at a quick demo. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this property here that I found on Zillow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy the address. I'm gonna come back to my SaaS tool and I'm gonna click on this quick response. I'm gonna say, when was it built? I'm going to paste in the address, but before I hit send, I'm going to go ahead and just execute the workflow because I still have it in my test mode. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And if I come back here, you could see that the agent's going to go ahead and work. It's going to pull up generic property details tool here. It's going back to the AI agent to finish the whole summarization. And then lastly, it's going to go ahead and respond to this webhook here, which is going to respond to the front end of the application. And as we see here, it has this loading state until it's ready. And as you see here, it says the property here was built in 1958, has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So let's ask it another question. I'm gonna say, how much rent can I get for it? I'm not gonna specify the address again. Again, I'm gonna test workflow. This agent here should be smart enough to go into its search database, retrieve, which it did. So it got the recent property details. And as you see here, it says that this property here has a rent range from 1,040 to 1,700 with a fair rental value of $14.10 a month. So let's go ahead and ask it one more question. This time, we're going to go ahead and use the deal analyzer tool. So I'm going to say, if I wanted to cash flow $500 a month, how much would I have to buy it for? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and again execute this workflow. I'm going to go ahead and send it. This workflow is going to execute. It's going to pull the recent property address that we have because I didn't specify again here. It's going to pull the deal analyzer tool that I set up, and it's going to go ahead and respond back to the front end here. Okay, so it says to achieve a cash flow of $500 a month, the property located here, you have to purchase it for approximately this much. You're going to explore seller financing for this much and this much over 5 years, 0% interest. Okay, and just so you know, for this case sake, I do have some assumptions built into the tool. I still need to do more as far as like pulling up-to-date interest rates and insurance and things like that. So I did make a lot of assumptions here. So some of the things, prices might be on the higher side, which is why it's telling me to buy it for so low. But the cool thing is that all of that is a fixable problem. I think this is super cool because if you are somebody that runs maybe a real estate office or something like that, and you actually want to build an AI agent tool for you and your team to use, it's pretty easy now to go ahead and set up authentication for your office here, and they can actually use this tool internally and yeah, help get through deals faster. So how exactly is this working, right? So first of all, we have here the AI agent itself and the entire N8N workflow. So pretty much from here, it's just like any other workflow. The most two important things to include though is the incoming webhook and the respond to webhook node. All right, so it's very important. So if I go ahead and open this up, you see here that this was the response from the AI, and this is the outgoing response here as well. So basically what's gonna happen is that when the user sends a message to this webhook, it keeps that state open, which is why we saw the loading symbol here until this workflow finishes and it passes back this information. Now, the most important piece is how exactly am I getting the front end to communicate to my N8N workflow instance? So very important, I am not directly dropping my webhook into here, right? That's a security concern. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm actually using Cloudflare. So if you see here, I actually have my Cloudflare account, and this worker is actually what's set up to do it. So if I go ahead and click into my worker, so here in my worker, I have all the information here. So as you see, these are the requests that I sent. All right, this is just all the data about how my worker is doing. And if I go ahead and click on my code block, this entire code block here was actually generated by AI. Now, granted, I have done some JavaScript in the past, so I do have some understanding about how this code works. But again, I didn't write this code. I just had AI go ahead and set it for me. And what I did here, I set up as an environment variable my N8N webhook URL, as well as the authentication token. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one.